Hello, welcome to the Happy Hippie Intuitive. This is Nina and I'm here to do your weekly reading. This reading is going to be from the 9th to the 15th of January 2023. You have 3 items to choose from and 3 decks to choose from. Let's get into the reading. So on number 1, we have the tarot called Vice Versa. On number 2, we have a tarot called Joie de Vivre. And on number 3, we have a tarot called the Slow Tarot. Now you also have 3 items, or actually today 3 animals to choose from. On number 1, you have a beautiful deer. On number 2, you have a little squirrel. And on number 3, today we have a fox. So sink into your intuition, ask your angels and guides to guide you to pick either number 1, 2, or 3. Pause the video if you need more time. I'll be back in a moment and I'll start with number 1. Removing number 3 and number 2. Okay, number 1, if you picked this beautiful deer and you picked the Vice Versa Tarot, then this is your reading. So I will put it up here. It will be part of your reading. Maybe that way so you will see it better. So this Vice Versa, that has pictures on both sides. Just to have that said, that's why there's not really any back here. So we will see where we land, on what side we land on here. I hope you're doing well, number 1. I am struggling a little bit with the sniffles. I'm having a bit of a cold, so I have taken some throat pastils today. Hopefully that will help me in this reading. But if I'm going to cough, then I'm sorry. But that's just the way it is. I will try not to. Anyways, so I hope that you had a beautiful week last week, the first week of the year. Now we're getting into the second. And we will see what kind of energies you might bump up against this coming week, number 1. Let's see where we go. So, you have the 5 of Wands. Okay, so you might have been in a situation where you didn't see eye to eye with somebody. It might also be your ego making up stories. We'll see where we go here. So the Empress card, that's beautiful. You're in a growth period. Something is growing, something is blooming and blossoming in you. And we also have the King of Pentacles. Now that's also good news. Stable or stability or ground pillars. Now you also have the 4 of Cups here. So maybe you have been reluctant to accept something. Maybe reluctant to accept an offer. Now the 4 of Wands is a celebration card. That's good news. And here we have the 7 of Cups. So that's also good news. So let's underneath you have the Knight of Swords. And on top here you have the Ace of Cups. Okay. So let us look at it. So I also heard regarding these 2 that there might have been some of you who have been reluctant to accept an apology. I just heard that, so I have to share what I get. So that's just the way it is. Try and get these right so you can see them. But there's something about being reluctant to accept something or to take something in. It can also be to take someone in. There has been some sort of argument here. There might have been an argument with others, or this might also be in your own mind that you're kind of weighing something back and forth, or that your ego is kind of arguing with itself, if you will, on whether to go down this road or that road, or accept this or accept that, you know. So take that as it resonates, number 1. But I do see that the energy here has been back and forth, don't know, or kind of banging your head against the wall a little bit here and reluctant to accept something. But that is kind of in the past position here, so I'm not too worried about that. You have very beautiful cards moving on here. So the Empress card is, of course, where we are growing something. It might be that you're in a position now where you are waiting on something to grow, or you are trying to make things better before you step into something. You know, you're preparing very well. That might be a situation. But for some of you, if you feel like this is regarding a relationship, this might also be in this middle position. Someone who steps into a more steady kind of relationship. Something is growing. You know, this card can also mean marriage, okay? Just to have that said. And this card can also mean being pregnant. So for some of you, this might be that you have been in a relationship and you have been weighing back and forth. Should we take this further? Should we take another step forward? And then I would say that this is the answer, saying yes. Okay, this is very strong in the middle here. And it's stability, and it is, you know, what can I say? With the King of Pentacles, you have someone who is stable, who is, you know, nurturing male energy, if you will. And also, you know, someone who will bring in the bread, you know, that kind of energy, yes, but also someone who is in balance, I would say. This is very much about, you know, you have options, you have different options in life, but it's also the card of where is your focus, okay? What are you focusing on? Are you focusing on what's working or what's not working? Let's just look at the other side here. Yeah, so this one is not having any eyes. He doesn't know where to focus. So, but you have the sunny side up, if you will, and that's where you have options. It's good options coming your way, but it is an invitation to where do you have your focus, okay? What is it that you're focusing on? And the Knight of Swords is, of course, someone who comes in to either cut the cords with something, or he can also come in with force to, you know, get things going. But it is in the mind space, though. It's an energy of the mind space. Underneath, though, you have the Knight of Wands, which is more about passion, okay? So I'm not too worried about it being too much in your head, though. But, you know, it's many ways to look upon this. You can look upon this as a relationship. You can look upon this as maybe work-related. Then I would say that this is a celebration. This is something that you've been growing and working hard for. Something that you have been maybe, you know, struggling with achieving in the beginning. But now it seems like it's going to shift into a more easy breezy road. You have been growing something and it's time to celebrate. And it's going to be grounding, stable. But mind where you have your focus. Keep your focus on what's working, okay? So because the Knight of Swords can also be someone who comes in with drama, just to have that said, okay? It can be the card of drama. So I would say that depends on where you have your focus or how you view something, okay? Do you choose to view it on the positive side, or do you choose to view it on the negative side? So that's kind of up to you. Let us pull some oracle cards for you, number one. Oh, and that one wanted to pop out. Door to romance, okay. So if some of you were looking for romance or looking for enhancing a romantic relationship, that's very good news, I would say. It's also the number 33, which is kind of a magic or divine number for me. It doesn't have to be romance as in a relationship, though. It can be loving relations. So it can be that whatever situation you are in, whatever energies that you are now currently in the middle here in, is a loving relation, meaning it comes to you with love. It can be coming to you with love from the universe, or it can be coming to you with love from a colleague, from a friend, from a family member, from a lover. You know, take that as it resonates. But it's good news in any way you look at it, because it comes with love, okay? Let's look at some more oracle cards for you. The Temple Path, beautiful. So if this is work related, I would say that you're moving now into where you're supposed to go. You're moving into your true purpose. And the Temple Path can also be very spiritual. It can be about you moving into your true purpose in life in general. If it is relationship related, the Temple Path for me can mean marriage again, or at least commitment and sticking to the guns, kind of. You know, you're holding on to each other. You are wanting to move forward together. A broken heart. Okay. So for me, that tells me that you might have been reluctant to accept something exactly for this reason. You might have been hurt before, and so you're reluctant to trust. So this might have something to do with a trust issue as well. Either trusting a person that you are currently with, or trusting in your colleagues at work, or trusting in a promise that was made to you, trusting in, you know, something that was presented to you. You're having a hard time trusting it. Underneath you have contract. So maybe you should look into getting things in writing. Maybe you should look into making sure that everything is in order. Okay, maybe that will calm you down, and then you will have the right focus on this. Because from my perspective, I feel like this is a positive thing. I feel the energies are positive, but I also feel like you're reluctant and that you might be hesitating because it has previously maybe not gone so well. Let's look at some daily healing cards for you, number one. You got express your love through your deeds. Okay. So it isn't what you say, it is what you do. Okay. So how are you showing up? How are you showing it? How are you expressing yourself? Because words can of course sometimes weigh heavy, but sometimes words can just be words and there's no action behind it. So how's your action behind your words, kind of? Use equanimity to calm your emotions. Okay, so balancing. And that's very much where this King of Pentacles sits. So I'm feeling that you have the potential to move into that, but I'm feeling like this might be creating some imbalance here. These two. Excuse me, just need some water. Okay, let's look underneath here. Enjoy the process instead of always looking for the results. Yeah. You know, the life isn't the end goal. Life is the way through life. Life is the path you walk on. It's not like you're waiting to live until that or that or that happens. So you have to enjoy it while you're walking the path. So it might be an invitation. Maybe you have forgotten to look around you. As I said here, are you focusing on what's not working? Or are you, stopping in your steps and being present in the moment and enjoying where you are? So it's an invitation to enjoy where you are, whether it be so-called positive or negative. See that it's part of the journey, and see that that happened to you where you got the broken heart. It's just a part of the experiences that you came to do. And now, of course, you're reluctant to accept something new because you feel like, it's been a struggle here. But I feel like they're trying to invite you to look upon it from a different perspective. They're trying to invite you to stay in the moment, the here and now, and maybe make decisions out of that, and not make decisions on what happened in the past as well, is what I hear. Okay? So that's pretty much all I had for you. I hope you enjoyed the reading. I'm wishing you a beautiful week, number one. Till the next time I see ya. Bye. Okay, number two, so if you chose this beautiful little squirrel together with the Joie de Vivre deck, then this is your reading. Okay, so we will just shuffle a little bit, and then we will pull 6 cards as we always do in the weekly. And I hope you're doing well, number two. I hope that you had a beautiful first week of the year. I hope you're being kind to yourself. I hope that you are not a slave to your New Year's resolutions. Resolutions are just, we make a wish to change something, but don't be a slave to it. Don't be too hard on yourself. Okay, number two, let's see where we go. Ace of Wands. Beautiful. That's passion and energy. Three of Coins. Coming together, building something. Queen of Coins. Yeah, beautiful. That's the mature, nurturing woman. King of Wands. Seven of Cups. And Six of Swords. And we have Seven of Coins underneath. Okay. Yeah, okay. So Ace of Wands together with the King of Wands. I mean, this is very passionate. This is very, a lot of energy coming in. King of Wands is also someone who is very, very much a leader. So I don't know if this is you, if you feel like that is you as a leader, or if somebody in your vicinity can match that description. But there is a lot of passion, a lot of new ideas might be coming to the surface. I do feel like this is hobby related, work related, or your passion, or where you want to move in the future. There's also the Three of Coins, and that's very much about working together to build something. It's, you know, one step at a time, building something up. And Seven of Cups is, of course, where we have different options. You know, we have different choices we can make. Maybe different options coming our way, or maybe also an invitation to keep your focus on, or the eye on the ball kind of thing. The Queen of Coins is someone who's very nurturing. It can be a mother figure. It can be you as a mother. It can be just nurturing yourself or nurturing others, or nurturing whatever it is that you're trying to build here. The Six of Swords is where we're moving away from something we don't need, and we are choosing to move to something new. The Seven of Coins is where we have planted the seed and we're waiting for it to grow. So it's very much about, I feel this very kind of happy and ecstatic and very energetic feeling about starting something new, okay? And you're kind of wanting it to move forward, to get growing, to start moving, you know. And there might be a little bit of impatient in here, because the Seven of Coins is very much about impatience. Underneath you have the Six of Coins, which is about balance, give and take. But it can also be about money or help coming from someone you didn't expect. Just to have that said, might be a fun surprise for somebody. But I do feel like this is very much about building something within your life that you have been wanting and that you're very passionate about. And I feel like they're inviting you to be patient with yourself, to nurture yourself through all of this. Because sometimes when we get very eager, when we really want to start something up, we forget to take care of ourselves. And we just, you know, all guns blazing. You just want this to happen, you know. And we forget to take care of ourselves, and we forget to slow down and enjoy the journey and enjoy the moment, you know, stuff like that. So where's your focus? Are you taking care of yourself? I would say, are you being patient with yourself and others right now? There is definitely new possibilities coming your way. I wouldn't be worried about that, but I would make sure that I take just one step at a time. Don't rush it, is what I hear as well. Things will come, but the Three of Coins is also where we're reminded that you have to put one stone on top of the other, kind of building blocks, you know, and that takes time. And sometimes when we are building, we get new energies in, because there's new blocks that you put in the building, kind of, as a metaphor. And it takes time energetically to integrate. So give yourself the time to integrate, or the new to integrate, before you take the next step. But I understand that it's hard to be patient when you really have that passion and you want that to just move ahead. So let us pull some energy oracle cards for you. The Sun. Wow, that's so beautiful. So I feel like, you know, everything is aligning for you here. Everything is, you know, they've got your back. You see where you're going. You just have to follow their guidance and keep on moving, is what I feel here, because I feel like it's very positive. Number 44, very beautiful number there. Woman holding a heart. So this might be that something that you're extremely passionate about and that you have been wanting for a long time. It might also be, of course, an invitation to follow your heart. Keep following your heart here. And you won't tread wrong. And you also have contract. So there might be something that you want to put down on paper to make sure that everything is in order. Or maybe you want to review a contract, or maybe the contract is about balance. And we also had the card of balance here. So there might be something that you want to balance out. Make sure that everything is in balance. Stuff like that. Underneath, indecision. So there might also be that you're going to be faced with a choice, you know, in the near future, either this or that. So take your time and make sure that you take that choice from the heart space and not from the head space, I would say. So let us also pull some daily healing cards for you. Oh, one that just flew on out here. You are an I. Use this higher aspect of yourself to redeem your shadow aspects. Okay. So who is the I that you say? You know, when you say I, do you mean you as a human, or do you mean you as a spiritual being? That's also a question here. So they're asking you to use your higher self to redeem your shadow aspect. So also maybe there is something, your ego wants to pull you down into something, and, you know, maybe you should reevaluate that a little bit. Maybe that's about the choice here, that you have to choose with the head or the heart, those kind of things. So they're asking you to step into your heart, into your higher self, and see things from that perspective. And remember that that is the true I. That is the true you. It is the light being having a human experience, not the other way around. Make clear, calm thinking your goal. Yeah. So it's something about taking your time here. And that might be what's the nurturing thing is about as well, is that it's kind of inviting you to make sure that you take the time. Underneath here you have master the step you are on. And that's so true, because as I said, something needs to integrate before you can take the next step. So they're really inviting you to take some time to contemplate on the next step, to be patient enough so that you have made sure that you have felt everything through, thought everything through before you take the next step. So you don't rush into it, even though you have that giddy, you know, energy that you really just want things to move fast. It's very much about the impatience here, is what I feel. But all in all, I would say very positive reading for you, number 2. Very positive indeed. Yes, I think that's all I have for this week for you, number 2. Wishing you a beautiful week, and until the next time I see ya. Bye. Okay, number 3. So if you pick this beautiful fox and then you pick the slow tarot, then this is your reading. So we will pull 6 cards as we always do in the weekly. I hope you're doing well. I hope that you had a beautiful first week of this year. I hope that you are being kind to yourself. So let us look at where you go with the energies this coming week, number 3. I'm sorry if I'm sniffling a little bit and coughing. I am struggling with a cold. And so I have a throat passer. So I'm hoping that I won't cough for you guys. Let's see where we go. Okay. We have the Emperor. The 3 of Wands. Judgment card. The Tower. Okay. The King of Wands. The Queen of Coins. Wow. Okay. Underneath, 2 cups. And under there we have the Strength card. Okay. Okay, I'm hearing a solid relationship here. Two of Cups with the Strength card underneath, I would say is a solid relationship, whether it be between colleagues, between lovers, between friends, between family. Take it as it resonates. The Emperor here, there's two ways to read this with these two cards together. It can be a person, a strong person that comes into your life kind of out of the blue, kind of quickly. That might be for some of you. A strong personality. Someone who is on top of his game. For others of you, it might be, because the Emperor can also be someone who is quite stubborn, okay? Who is very much the what do you call it, patriarch? Yeah. The patriarch, a dominant male, the boss, if you will. And the Tower can, of course, mean something that might shook you up a little bit, that might put you off your game. So for some of you, this might be someone who comes in with very strong energies and kind of tips you over a little bit, okay? However, I feel like the rest of the cards are quite positive. Now, the Judgment card, you can look upon that as you are being judged. Of course, that can be the situation for some of you, that you're feeling like you're judged maybe by a person that's very strong-headed. That might be for some of you. But I feel for most of you that this is very much about, it says here with the Three of Wands, you know, things, your ships are coming back in. Things are going your way. And especially with the King of Wands, who is the leader, who's stepping up to leadership. And the Queen of Coins, who is very nurturing. I would say that it looks like this is going to go well. And you have this strong relationship at the end here. For some of you, however, I feel this might be mom and dad, okay? King of Wands, Queen of Coins. Strong relationship. It might be a strong relationship between them, or it might also be a strong relationship from you to them, okay? But it might have something to do with the Judgment, and it might have something to do with the Tower that puts your relationship a little bit on the edge. That might be for some of you, okay? You see, so there's many ways to read this. You can see that. Now, I feel for most of you that it has to do with what you are putting your energy into right now, okay? Because I have the King of Wands and the Three of Wands together, and that's where your ships come in, where you step into leadership, where you take the reins, kind of. Judgment can be where you are reminded to connect with Spirit, where they are trying to get you information, where they are communicating with you and helping you along the way. Because it also comes together with the Queen of Coins, who is content, who is in balance, who is nurturing, who is giving, you know. And the Emperor here can be you sitting on your throne, you know, being strong, having that energy, having whatever you need to move forward. The Tower in that sense can then be something that comes out of the blue that pushes you into maybe pushing you outside of your comfort zone, maybe pushing you forward, kind of leaping forward into something, or maybe putting you a little bit off balance to make you look at something in another way so that you can find a better path. Hence, you know, Spirit can do that. They can push you a little bit off, and so that you reconnect with them, and then you listen more, or your higher self, and listen more as to where you're supposed to go. So this can be your strong relationship with Spirit. It can be a strong relationship with your colleagues, or with somebody who you are building something with. Take that as it resonates with you. But my overall feeling is that it's full of passion. It's full of energy, this reading. It's full of, I want something to move forward. I want something passionately. And it's also stability. And it's also strength. You know, as I said here with the Strength card and this relationship, there is something that is solid and foundational. Okay? If that's even a word. Solid foundation. So let's pull some oracle cards for you as well. Let's see where we go. Number 3. Door to spirit, yeah. Again, they're really asking you to connect now. There might be some messages that they have for you. They might have some ideas that you might benefit from. So make sure that you have a deep connection now. Archangel Michael. Okay. So he is here to protect you, and he is telling you that you're safe. He will cut the cords to what you don't need anymore. Ask for his help. And he's also a very passionate person or angel. He's also full of love, Archangel Michael. And the fact that, you know, I'm also feeling a very steady male in all of this, that kind of nurturing male, the kind of steady male, the kind of that male masculine energy that is, you can trust. Okay, so if somebody was asking about trust, I would say yes, you can trust him or the masculine energy in your life. Wow, you also have a man holding a coin here, yeah. And that is again kind of the King of Pentacles here, where that's the steady, you know, grounded male energy. So, which I have kind of been feeling through the entire reading. And underneath you have a man holding a heart. Wow. Okay, so this is a steady, loving personality. As I said, I have this feeling about that masculine, steady, loving, trustworthy energy here. So, just saying, if somebody was asking about a relationship. Let's do some daily healing cards for you. Okay. Take time to acknowledge the subtle changes in your spiritual evolution. Yeah. So sometimes we feel like we're not moving forward at all. But if you take your time to look back at where you started, you will see that you've come very far. Next card is Know Thyself. It is the most important task you have. So yeah, maybe there is some need to look a little bit more inwards, maybe take some time to meditate, maybe be a little bit more, listen maybe a little bit more to your body. Maybe your body needs something that you haven't given it yet. That kind of energy. Underneath you have avoid hateful thoughts as they are just as hurtful as physically striking someone. Yeah. So it's a matter of, if you had trust issues, if you were doubting someone in your life, I would say that don't listen to your ego, okay? Because your ego will have these hateful thoughts. Your higher self will never have hateful thoughts because it's not capable of hating. So, you know, then it's your ego that's kind of being a little bit too loud here. So I would say that maybe that's also why this Tower moment is coming, because maybe your ego is trying to make up a story that's not true here. So, you know, feel where that resonates with you, but, you know, make sure that you follow your heart in this decision here, no matter what this is for you. Moving forward, follow your heart and don't let your ego get in your way here, because I see so many beautiful things happening here. Ask Archangel Michael to help you with your ego if you are having struggles with that, or to cut some of those energies where you are holding yourself back from actually happiness. Okay, I hear that as well. Anyway, so I hope this made sense for you. I'm wishing you a beautiful week, number 3, and until the next time I see you.